Okay, with all of this talk about standing, let's first learn how to properly stand. So go ahead and start at the top of your mat standing. I'm going to turn to face you just so you can see, and then I'll go there. I'll meet you there in a sec. Okay, so we want our feet about hip width distance apart. Okay, so we've got that, and let's work our way up. Let's ground down through all four corners of the feet. So let's rock forward and backward a little bit, just so we can see the difference between the two. And now let's find our nice middle ground. Not much pressure, if any at all, in the toes. I can wiggle them. So all four corners of the feet have equal weight distribution here. And then let's slightly engage the quad muscles so that the kneecaps lift up. Let's tuck the pelvis under very slightly. So instead of creating arch in your low back, think about doing the opposite. Scoot it in, tuck the glutes under, which will engage the core, but go ahead and do that as well. So we've got a lot going on already, right? And now from here, after you've engaged the core, roll the shoulders flat on the back and then reach the crown of your head, not the top, but a little backward, the crown of your head up toward the ceiling. So you're grounding down through your feet. You're raising the crown of your head up towards the ceiling. Our shoulders are rolled back, our core is engaged, slight tuck of the pelvis, quads engaged. This is standing. This is standing. This is posture. So let's close our eyes here for just a moment and go ahead and set your intention for today, if you'd like. And from here, take 3 nice clearing deep breaths, just to center yourself in this moment, right here, right now, in your body. And after you've done your 3 rounds of deep breathing, the next inhale, use it to bring your arms up, out, and overhead. Keep the shoulders away from the ears here. See if you can keep all of those beautiful standing cues in the lower body here. Just hold your arms up, palms facing one another, as if there's like a beach ball between your hands here. And exhale, go ahead and bring the arms down. Let's do that a few more times. Let's bring the arms out and up on an inhale. Down along the sides on an exhale. Inhale, out and up. Exhale, lower the arms. Beautiful. Last time, go ahead and inhale, arms out and up, and hold them there this time. Drop the left arm to your side, reach the right arm over. Not very far, we're just warming up, Strong core, try not to let your right hip come forward. Try to keep your hips in line with one another. Inhale the left hand back up, exhale the right arm down as you reach over with your left hand. Don't jut your pelvis out, keep it all nice and engaged and tucked. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, both arms down. Beautiful. From here, let's come to like airplane arms, so like this. And with the shoulders rolled flat on the back. So we've already got this upper back engagement, right? Now, since we haven't really warmed up the legs, let's go ahead and put a bend into the knees and lower halfway. So your chest is kind of coming parallel to the floor. If you have tight or sore hamstrings, you might not even be able to come halfway with proper core engagement, and that's perfectly fine. Meet yourself where you are at the moment. Just hold here for a moment. Inhale, stand back up, arms overhead. Exhale, lower halfway, airplane arms, core engaged. Strong, strong upper back. Knees bent, sorry. Inhale, stand back up, arms overhead. Exhale, last one here, hold. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And from here, put an even bigger bend into your knees and then let your chest hang over. You can sway side to side. Again, very big bend in the knees here. You can clasp one arm, crossing your arms, letting your head hang heavy. Play with the weight distribution in your feet. Rock backward and forward. See how it feels. Inhale, come halfway up, palms to shins or thighs, whichever helps you have a flat back, okay? Exhale, fold back over your legs, bend your knees. Inhale, halfway lift, palms to shins or thighs, flat back, strong core. Exhale, fold over your legs, bend your knees. One more time, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold over your legs. Beautiful. All right, from here, let's go ahead and plant the hands on the floor and step the feet back to a plank position. Lower the knees and lower your whole body onto the floor. Okay, from here, feel free to look at the video for a moment. Like I had mentioned, because of our standard posture these days, our upper back is pretty weak and our chest muscles are pretty tight. And so we're going to work on strengthening the upper back a little here with an exercise you may have heard of referred to as Superman's before. And we'll ease into it, so don't worry. And if you can't do as many as we're going to do in the video, don't worry about it. Work yourself up. Don't extrain, that's not a word, overstrain yourself, okay? So, facing your mat. From here, strong core, kind of push your pelvis down into the ground. Strong core, lift your arms up off the floor. Your head is a little bit off the floor too. We're not raising our back up off the ground. Our chest is still on the floor. We're just getting used to the stance here. Kind of like the letter W with your arms. Now bring it out to a letter T, straight arms. Bring it back to a W. All right, and bring it to the number 11. Bring your arms parallel ahead of you so your biceps are alongside your ears. Bring it back to the W. Bring it to the T. Back to the W. And then go ahead and straighten your arms out above you. W. T, strong core. Feel this in your upper back. W. 11. W. T. Last two here. W. 11. Beautiful. Go ahead and rest your head down for just a moment. Beautiful job. All right. Push the pelvis into the ground. Strengthen the core. Again, come to the letter W and then lift your chest off the ground like an alligator or a baby lifting its head up, looking around. Strong core, hold here, lower down, beautiful. 3 more, here we go. Lift up and hold, still with the letter W here. Lower down, excellent. And up. And down, 1 more. Up. And down, beautiful. Now bring your arms out to the letter T. We're going to do the same thing for repetitions. Here we go. 4, hold, lower, lift, hold, lower, strong core, push the pelvis down, lift, hold, lower, last one, here we go, lift, hold, lower, rest your head down for a moment. So our next one, we're going to have our arms out ahead of us, like the number 11. My face is so itchy. Anyways, we're going to have our arms out long, biceps alongside the ears. This one is pretty challenging, and so if it's too challenging for you to keep proper form, and your shoulders are shrugging up towards your ears, and it doesn't feel good, just go ahead and do one of the different letters. Do W or T for the next 4. So, find your letter or number, and let's begin. Lift, hold, lower. Here's our second one. Hold, lower. Third one. Hold, lower. And one more. Lift, hold, and lower. Beautiful job. That concludes the upper back strengthening of this class. All right, we're gonna remain on our stomachs for now. Go ahead and plant your, moving my hair out of the way here, plant your arms kind of or your hands, your hands in line with your shoulders, but about a half a foot, 3/4 of a foot away, yeah? We're gonna go into like a cobra position, but we're gonna go a little deeper, a little further, getting into the shoulder and chest muscles. So go ahead and push the ground away here into your cobra, and then drop your right shoulder in towards the center, look left. Beautiful. Inhale to center, exhale, drop your left shoulder in to center, look right. Inhale, center. Just go ahead and repeat, and you can sync this up with your breathing. And so, however long it takes you to inhale, come up. However long it takes you to exhale, bring that opposite shoulder to center and look away. Now if your shoulders are creeping up towards your ears and you're not able to keep length in your neck, stop for a moment, regroup. All right, go ahead and even it out, and then we're going to take it a little further. Woo, lovely. Okay, so we're going to TP the hands. So we're on our fingertips as if we're like making a little spider crawl here. Hands are in the same position. Now push the ground away. Drop the right shoulder in, look left. Ooh, that feels so good. And inhale to center. Exhale, drop the left shoulder in, look right. Inhale to center. And repeat. Feel free to hold it on one side if it feels so good you don't want to leave. But then make sure to do it on the other side as well. All right, one more time each side. And then we're going into one of my personal favorites, puppy posture. Beautiful. Return to center, come into Sphinx pose. So our elbows are underneath our shoulders, our palms are on the ground, our forearms are parallel to one another. Another number 11 here. 11. And from here, we're going to come into puppy posture. So we are going to press into our forearms and send our seat up into the air to be stacked over our knees. You may have to walk your knees in, that's perfectly fine. Bring your forehead down to the ground. And then allow your chest to also drop towards the ground. If you're very flexible already, you can look forward and plant your chin on the ground. Slightly engage the core just to protect the low back, but we're not trying to flex our abs or anything, so you don't need to do anything too intense here. We still want that flexibility so that we can allow our chest and our heart to naturally gravitate down towards the ground. Feel free to curl the back toes under if that helps you. And just hold and breathe. Coming back into Sphinx pose. Putting our hands on the ground, pushing ourselves up to table position. From here, we're going to do a little, my hair is everywhere, a little glute work. My hair's everywhere, and so is my dog's hair. Let me know if you know the struggle with dog hair. Anyways, okay. We're going to do a little glute strengthening. I know it's not typical yoga or anything, but again, this is yoga for posture. And so we want to, my chest already feels like so much more open. How about you? So if we want to actually work on our posture, we have to do things that will help our posture. And glute strength, especially because we sit so often nowadays, we're lacking in glute strength. Glute strength is definitely going to help your posture, help support your good posture. So let's meet in a tabletop position, wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Go ahead and send your right leg back, toes on the ground, leg long. And make sure both hip bones are facing the ground. So you don't want to start opening your right hip up towards the right. You want to keep both hip bones facing the ground. It's called squaring your hip bones to the ground, squaring your chest to the ground. All right, from here, strong core, push the ground away and lift your right heel up to be in line with your glute, just until you feel your right glute activating. For some people, it might be a little higher than the glute, but you don't have to go higher than the glute. From here, just lift and lower. Push the ground away. Don't get weak in the upper body just because we're working the lower body. Neck nice and long. Look directly in front of you. All right, on this next one, hold your heel up. Go ahead and pulse it out. Just an inch or two up and down. Core strong. Beautiful. From here, keep your leg long. Bend at the knee, 90-degree angle. Lower the knee down. Lift the knee up as if you're trying to stamp the ceiling with your heel. Feel free to come down onto your forearms, but if you do that, do not lose the engagement in your core, okay? All right, on your next one, go ahead and keep the right leg up towards the ceiling. And now take the right knee on the outside of the left shin and back up and down. Up to 90 degrees, donkey kick to the left of the left shin, donkey kick, and down. There's two. Make sure you're breathing. Take a break if you need to. Let's do two more. Full rounds. Beautiful. All right, we're going to do that all on the other side now, and then we'll be done with that. So go ahead and lengthen the left leg. Toes on the ground. My nose, so itchy. Okay, lift the leg up just until you feel the left glute engaged. Lower it down and repeat. All right, on your next one, go ahead and hold it there and then up and down, just an inch or two, pulsing it out. Push the ground away, strong core, shoulders away from the ears. All right, two little pulses left, and then bend at the knee and donkey kick up and down. Lower the knee, lift the heel, keeping that 90-degree bend in the knee the whole time, trying to stamp the ceiling with the bottom of your foot or your heel. Two more here. And then go ahead and leave it in the air. Drop the knee to the right of the right shin and back up towards the sky and down to a regular donkey kick, and repeat that little beautiful glute strengthening cycle. Three more. Beautiful. Go ahead, let's come to our knees and walk our way back, just so we can take a break from being on our wrists for a moment. All right, and from here we're going to come to stand on our knees. Feel free to double pad your mat or get a blanket or a pillow or a towel or something if you'd like. We're not going to be here too long, so don't worry. It also helps sometimes to curl the toes under just to stabilize, you know? So again, tuck the pelvis under slightly, engage the core, roll the shoulders flat on the back. Inhale, arms out and up. Exhale, clasp the hands behind the back and draw the knuckles down towards the ground. Look up towards the ceiling, open your chest. Strong core. Don't dump into the low back. And release. Come back to standing on your knees. Beautiful. From here, let's just come back down to sit. Swing our legs out to the side. And come to a nice, easy cross-legged position. Ooh. All right, here we're going to inhale the arms out and up. Exhale, drop the left hand down, reach the right arm over. Keep your right hip bone stabilized onto the ground. Don't let your right hip start to lift off the floor. Keep your shoulder away from your ear. And you can begin to lower onto your left forearm if you have the flexibility. Tightness in the low back, which also indicates that you probably also have tightness in the hamstrings, can also contribute to poor posture. So we're going to loosen those up a little bit with these side body reaches and the stretch we're going to do in a little bit after this. All right, inhale, both hands up, switch sides, right hand down, left hand over. Keep the left hip on the ground. Keep the left shoulder away from the left ear. Gaze wherever is comfortable for you, towards the ground, up above. And some days you may be more flexible than other days, and some sides may be flexible than other sides. One more time each side. Go ahead, inhale up and over. Exhale, reach the right arm towards the left. All right, switching sides. Inhale to come up. Exhale to reach. Inhale to come up to center. Beautiful. Whew. Shake it out, shake it out. All right, inhale, arms out and up. Exhale, twisting to the right, bringing your left hand to the outside of your right leg, your right hand behind you. Each inhale, you grow taller in your posture. Each exhale, you twist a little more if you can. Inhale, both hands up, switching sides. Exhale, twist over to the right. This posture, these twists in specific, are great for digestion, giving the internal organs a little massage. All right, beautiful. Inhale, both arms up and bring them down. From here, we're going to straighten our legs out over in front of us with a very generous bend in the knees. Like a very generous bend. And again, our signature move of the day. Arms out to the side and up. Exhale, fold over your legs, let your head hang heavy. With your knees bent, you're not necessarily getting a hamstring stretch as you often do in forward fold motions. But our goal at the moment is to get more of an upper back stretch than a hamstring stretch, and so that's why we're doing it this way. So as you're folded over in your forward fold, go ahead and take deep breaths, expanding the skin of the upper body as you inhale, softening your whole body as you exhale. Inhale to bring it up, and now let's go ahead and take the bend out of our knees. Feel free to keep a micro bend in the knees, of course. I do because I have a tendency to like overextend in my knees. And so I keep it a little micro bend. But we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna do a fold. You're not gonna fold as much, and I encourage you to keep a flat back as you do this next fold for as long as possible on this next move, okay? Arms out to the side and up. Nice strong core, shoulders away from the ears, and begin to fold. Your hands aren't gonna go as far as before. Perfectly fine, especially if you're tight in the low back or the hamstrings. If you have a scarf or a belt or a blanket or a towel, you could wrap it around your feet here and hold on to the sides to help kind of guide yourself forward. Keeping a micro bend in your knees if you need to. Swaying if that feels good. Beautiful. From here, now we're going to come onto our stomachs ever so gracefully. So my favorite way to do so would be crossing my legs, coming to a table, walking my legs back, and slowly lowering down. Okay, so we're going to bring our arms out to the letter T here, and then we're going to raise our hands up about a few inches. So our wrists aren't in line with our shoulders, they're above our shoulders a little bit. From here, we're going to begin to roll onto the right side. You could use your left palm to kind of push you over. You can take your left foot and plant it onto the ground behind your right leg, kind of keeping the left hand here to guide you, to keep you in the stretch. Strong core. Resting, resting. It also helps me. I know this cue, I've given it before and it doesn't make sense to some people, but if you get it, cool. I like to press slightly into the outside of my right leg, so I press it down into the ground. It kind of just helps stabilize me and helps me feel the stretch more in my right chest muscles and shoulder muscles for sure. Our shoulders aren't necessarily important for strong posture. However, our shoulder posture in itself has suffered because of our poor posture. We have these rounded shoulders, right? So we want to bring them back to their natural position, and that will be done naturally if you strengthen your upper back. One more breath. And then we go to the other side. All right. Slowly unwind your body. Find the letter T with your left hand. Bring the wrist forward about a few inches and roll over to your left side. Feel free to plant your right foot behind your left leg. Press into your outer left leg. Push the ground away with your right hand and enjoy the stretch. Two more breaths. Slowly unravel. Beautiful job. And since we're basically in this position already like we were before, let's go ahead and do a few rounds of those cobra shoulder dips with your palms flat or on your fingertips, just like we did before. Maybe seeing if there's a difference, if we could dip our shoulder a little further this time. Inhale to center, opposite shoulder in. Inhale up, exhale over. Feels so good. Okay, even it out. Excellent job. All right, from here, we're gonna combine a hand clasp and a Superman. So go ahead and clasp your hands behind your lower back and draw your knuckles towards your feet as you engage your core, press your pelvis down, lift your chest, and look forward. Hold here for a moment so we've got the upper back strengthening and the chest stretching all in one. Slowly lower down. We're gonna do two more. up and hold, perhaps lifting your feet up this time as well. Activating the glutes, strengthening the glutes. Exhale, lower down. One more time. Slowly lower down. Beautiful, beautiful job. All right, let's go ahead and push into our palms, back up onto our knees for just a moment. So our next one is one that we've done before, but we're also going to take it further if you would like. You don't have to. So I'll show you the full pose before we go there, and then I'll guide you into it, just because I don't want you listening to what I'm saying while you're trying to do it and not know what the heck I'm talking about. So we're going to clasp our hands behind our back. We're going to open our chest. We're going to lean our chest forward and plant our forehead on the floor. And then we're going to come to balance on the top of our head and let the weight of our arms be gravitated, yes, that's a word, down to towards our mat. Ooh la la. All right, so if you didn't go there yet, just do it. But you could also just stay here with your hands clasped, or with a halfway fold, here with a strong core. But whichever variation you'd like, I'll meet you there. Balancing on the top of your head, drawing your fists towards the ceiling or towards the floor behind your head. Feel free to curl the toes under. Feel free to put a pillow under your head. One more breath. And back onto your knees. Beautiful, beautiful. Let's just come to a seat. Close out class here. Find a very comfortable seat. Woo. Shake it all out. Whatever you gotta do. Hopefully you feel open in your chest and strengthened in your upper back. If you do those Superman letter raises, as well as some glute work, a little bit each day, 30 seconds each way, each move, I promise it will help your posture whether you incorporate other things or not. So let's just go ahead and close our eyes, take a moment, take a nice deep breath, thank ourselves for showing up for ourselves and for our future self. Hands to heart in prayer position. Open your eyes whenever you're ready. Thank you so much for joining me. Let me know what you thought of this down in the comments below, and I'll see you next time.